I'm going to review some of the cards that came out of the 2013 Deck Builders Toolkit I just opened. And I'm going to try two types of decks. I'm going to either try a red-black vampire deck around Stromkirk Captain, or I'm going to try a blue-black zombie deck around Diagraph Captain, and I've got the zombies all set aside so I can do that. Uh, so here we go. So let's first go through the vampires. I'm also going to probably want to keep Handweir Lancer because it gives me Soul Bond. So both creatures will get first strike, and first strike is really useful. But then here we have our vampires in red that came out of the toolkit. And I see here that there are they're all like 2 and 3 drops and 4 drops. So there we have a 2-drop Falcon Wrath Exterminator, which I think came out of one of the packs. Actually, by the cardboard, it looks like it didn't. Blood Crazed Neonate, got 2 of those. And I've got Rakish Air. Whenever a vampire you control deals combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Very useful card. Crossway Vampire. Whenever Crossway Vampire enters the battlefield, target creature can't block this turn. And there's 2 of them. Then Heiress of Stromkirk. It's got Intimidate, so it cannot be blocked except by artifact creatures or creatures that share a color with it. And when it deals combat damage to the player, you put a +1/+1 counter on it. So this is going to go. So far we've got, let's see, 3, 6, 8 red creatures. Then we're going to go through the black vampires and see how we fare there. So everything is a vampire in this deck. And again, it's coming out of a toolkit. It's kind of a thing that you do to have fun with friends. It's not a competitive deck. Doesn't really matter except to have fun, which is what playing any game should be about mostly. Then the Nighthawks, I see them right here, and I see. So Vampire Interloper is a flyer, and there's 2 of them. Markov Patrician's got lifelink. Vampire Nighthawk is just a great card. It's got Flying Death Touch and lifelink. Driver of the Dead, when it dies, you can return target creature card with CMC converted mana cost of 2 or less from your graveyard. That's useful. And Falcon Wrath is very useful because when it or another creature dies, target player loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So I said 8, and here we have, sure enough, 7. So we're up to 15 and 16 creatures. So right there, that's a 16 creatures of vampires that I have. I'm sticking to red and black. I've got other cards that came in, and I would probably drop a Black Cat in there just because Black Cat has some really good abilities. And I'd go for some of the low drops and see what happens with them. So I said I had 16. I want to add 8 more. I think I've got at least 1 Ravenous Rats. That's not bad. So I'm going to set aside these red ones. I'm going to go back and pick up some of the red ones that I didn't use. Definitely 1 drops. So I need 8 cards. I'm going to be very selective in picking 1 drops and 2 drops, and I'm not going to go goblin crazy. So I think these 2 are going to go in, and these 3, that's 5, and that's 7. So I need 1 more, and I'll probably, yeah, why not, drop a couple of goblin tokens while I'm at it. So there you have it. These are my 24 creatures. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, and 24. So 24 creatures. And then I'm going to go through, obviously, Victim of Night is a nice removal. Gallcaller's Chant is also nice. It's a 1-drop. And so is Sign in Blood and Murder. So that gives me some really good removal in black. The rest is, I mean, these are all great cards. I'd have to have a hard time picking them. Definitely, this one's useful too. Death Wind. and I've got 2 Victim of Night and a Dead Weight. So I'll even have enough cards to start filling with my sideboard of 15 cards. So there you have 3, 6, 9 cards that I would pick from the black ones, and every one of the red ones is a low drop as I was looking through them, and they or have some land or artifact destruction that is somewhat useful. Enchantment with Mountain Walk, destroy target land. So I'll keep these all. So I'm going to count them: 3, 6, 9, 10, 14, 18. So 18 cards and 24, that's 42. If I wanted to get to 51, which would get me to a sideboard and 24 lands, I think I need like 9 more. And I think I have enough. I would probably play around with maybe adding this. Each player puts the top card of his or her library into his or her graveyard. That's not bad. So in red and black, then I would probably throw some of the remaining red and black cards. This is a casual deck into a sideboard, and I'd be able to play some matches. So I'm going to do a quick review of what I picked. Let me put aside the non-creature spells. I think I've got them right here. So I'm going to go through the creatures. There you would see 24 of them. A lot of 1-drops, which is really good, and this is why I always say that the toolkit is great for new players, because it's got really playable cheap cards. Flyer, that's very useful. A 2-drop, get some life in you, lifelink. The Nighthawk, which is a great card, and you got 2 of them. Falcon Wrath Noble, another great card. And then of course the red cards, all vampires. Which means that anything that the cards say that is about vampires will help you. And so little things like, for instance, I'm going to see if I can find it. This card clearly is for your vampire deck. So target creature you control gets +2/+0 and gains first strike until end of turn. Only the autofocus would cooperate. So there you have it. Let me go through the spells. So, Victim of Night, 2 of them. Death Wind, which is really great for doing a -X/-X on an opponent's creatures. Duress, a classic staple. Galcolor's Chant, the other Victim of Night. 2 murders. Sign in Blood, which you may want to use if you need to draw, even if you have to pay 2 life. Then ways to remove opponent's creatures. Get some land out of the way. Again, these are all very useful cards. So there you have it.